What's up, guys, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It is I, the one and only OP Skills, back again for another episode of Victory Gaming Network. Welcome to Throwback Friday, episode 2. This is actually going to be a little bit late. It'll probably be up on Saturday by the time I actually upload this. I got really late into this. But anyway, this is one I've really been looking forward to, and it is Pulp Fiction, one of my favorite movies of all time. I cannot wait to talk about it. So let's get right to it. Okay, so Pulp Fiction. Honestly, there are so many different huge names in this movie that I'm not even gonna bother going through all of them. But basically, the three main ones are Bruce Willis, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Travolta, directed by Quentin Tarantino. This is actually hailed by a lot of people. It's basically held up high as Quentin Tarantino's masterpiece, basically. I'll try and narrow down the plot as simple as I can, since it's actually really kind of tough. Basically, it's about a couple of mobster hitmen, played by John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, a big mob boss and his wife, and a boxer, played by Bruce Willis. Immediately, I want to mention the dialogue in this film is extremely well written, and is ultimately what drives this film. Not the action, like some might think given the mob-type story. Also, this film is an adult film through and through. And no, not that kind of adult. What I mean by an adult film is loads and loads of racial slurs and basically non-stop cursing, which in my honest opinion only adds to the already excellent dialogue. The chapters and characters in this film are completely and utterly jumbled around, but you eventually figure out that all of these events are eventually going to coincide, which, for that specifically, we have to give huge props to Quentin Tarantino for being able to do such an amazing job throwing all of these different scenes in such disarray and still being able to make sense with them. Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta are a driving force in this film. And I would even go as far as to say that this was actually the best performances of their career. And the banter between their two characters is priceless.
And in Paris, you can buy beer in McDonald's. And you know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
They don't call it a quarter pounder with cheese?
Oh man, they got the metric system. They wouldn't know what the fuck a quarter pounder is.
And what do they call it?
They call it Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
What do they call a Big Mac?
Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it Le Big Mac.
Le Big Mac.
The soundtrack in this film is spot on. It could not be better. And each song is actually edited in perfectly to coincide with what's happening on screen. This was actually the film that everyone tried to copy, and even people today still try to copy, but they simply cannot do it without having the skills to do it. And when I say the skills to do it, I mean this movie was so perfectly well done. If you guys haven't seen this movie, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you. You definitely need to see it. This is one of my favorite films, as I mentioned in the beginning of this movie, in the beginning of this this video, not this movie. But anyway, definitely find some way to see it, guys. Anyway, that is it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If so, be sure to give it a huge like. I will see you guys on the next episode. Until then, take care.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?